Perfection does not exist. Perfection is a myth. Perfection is a lie from the pit of hell. It has never existed and it never will. So show up. It's okay. Show up as you are. Show up scared. Show up afraid. Show up unsure. Show up messy. Show up clumsy. Show up cringe. It's okay. Perfection does not exist. It is in the showing up that the magic actually happens. It is in the showing up that the growth actually happens. One of my favorite authors would say that every single thing in nature is imperfect. Every single thing. And it is because of that imperfection that growth exists. Think about that. Just think about what I said. If everything was perfect, if everything existed in uniformity, if there were no gaps or breaks or faults, do you think that growth would be possible? Do you think that that word would even exist? Consider yourself blessed to be imperfect. Consider yourself blessed to have imperfections. Consider yourself blessed to be flawed, because if imperfections are the driving force of growth, then it means that you have the capacity in you. You have that potential in you to create a beautiful life for yourself. When something is flawed or faulty, people see it as a bad thing. People see weaknesses as a curse. We see our flaws, our faults, and weaknesses as curses. We see that of others as curses, but it is not. Imperfections are not flaws in the design, they are the design. We were created to be imperfect, we were not created to be perfect. We were created to grow, to evolve, to stretch. Imperfections simply mean that something is still in the process, something is still forming, something is in the process of becoming something even better. So let's not use our imperfections as proof to confirm the stories that we have told ourselves. We have been constantly feeding our brains that we are unworthy or we are broken or we are cursed. No, we are not. Our imperfections are evidence that we are growing, we are becoming, we are evolving. Imperfection means not finished. Something is still in progress. A caterpillar is not a broken butterfly. It is in the process of becoming a butterfly. A seed is not a failed tree. It is in the process of becoming a tree. It's important you understand this so that you don't begin to self sabotage. You don't tell yourself things like, I am broken, I can't be helped, I am unworthy. That is self sabotage. You have to remember at every single time that the presence of a flaw or a fault or a weakness, no matter how deep it is, simply means that growth is possible and you can do it. If imperfection is the driving force of growth, then it means that waiting to be perfect before you begin is a subtle form of self sabotage. You don't become confident and then speak. You speak and then you build confidence. You don't have to become an expert and then create. You create and then you become an expert. You don't have to have it all figured out to begin. You begin and then that's how you figure it out. You don't have to wait to feel ready before you start that business. You start with what you have, what you know, and then you grow into somebody that knows even more. You don't have to feel ready to become a leader. You take small steps of responsibility and eventually others begin to follow. You don't have to wait to feel worthy before showing up in your relationships or your friendships. You show up, you fail, you learn, you unlearn. That is how you grow. Think about babies when they are learning to walk. They fall so many times. They stand again, they wobble, they fall. But we don't get angry at them. We celebrate them, we cheer them on because instinctively we know that failing is part of the process. We know that they are learning. So it's okay for them to fall. Same thing applies to you. Show up afraid, show up scared, show up clumsy, show up cringe. It is in the showing up that the growth actually happens. And as you show up, you have to still remember that perfection does not exist. Because sometimes we find the courage to begin and we do begin, but in the process, perfectionism begins to be a problem again. You have to be very careful. What exists is progress, what exists is motion, not perfection. Never will be. Your job is not to be flawless. Your job is to keep growing, even if you are growing slowly, even if you are growing awkwardly. Every time you show up in spite of your imperfection, you are honoring the process. I saw a post and I'm going to be reading it out. It said, the only way to show up consistently is by consistently allowing yourself to show up imperfectly. Letting yourself show up as you are, however you are, and with whatever you have to give is the secret sauce for discipline and getting hard things done. Take that home.